guys, Rick Shaw here on the 26th of December 2021. We got clouds over the mountain and over there, and it's pretty breezy. We started a windstorm last night. Really was blowing things around terrible. We actually had to crack all the windows in the house. My wife had them wide open this morning. We had to put them to a crack because it was blowing pictures off the wall and stuff. It was really blowing pretty good. But it's nice out. It's not as breezy as it was this morning. I don't know what cell's coming in. My wife and I were going to do a motorcycle ride today, but with the possibility of rain, if we do one, it's going to be close by. Grandma's here. She got here early this morning, and so that gives us a little chance. She's going to stay for about a week, and that'll give us a chance to get out and have some us time, which is hard to come by. But it's nice. I like the nice cool breeze. It's a beautiful day. One of the things happened here was they sent me a thing on monetization. Now I see that I don't have a laptop, so I can't really see everything on the desktop studio thing. And when I change the phone to that, it's so small, and it doesn't, for some reason, if it's on the regular one, I can go like that and make it bigger, and it stays that way. But on the desktop one, if I do that, I got to hold it. As soon as I let go, it goes back to tiny again. So I don't know what's up. One of the things said the steps weren't complete, but then when I went over to the other account, it showed that the $sign on there. So I don't know what's up with these guys. I had to do a few things, and if I can get some dough from an advertisement, if you guys can sit through them, then fine. That'll be okay with me. I'm still not going to do any like a lot of folks e-begging. When I first was doing this channel, I was watching other expats here in the Philippines, and I was just looking at them, what they're doing, and begging for money and all this stuff. And that was one of the things when we decided to start the channel here that I was not going to do. I'm just not going to do it. I just didn't like how they were doing it. I know you have to be set up in the country to do something like that as a charity and all that. And I'm not here to step on any laws, or try to tiptoe around them. I know here in this country they don't really go after anybody unless somebody makes a complaint. But I see a lot of these e-beggars, and I just can't watch them. I can't watch them anymore. I was subscribed to a bunch of them way before I ever had this channel, and that's 2 years now. And I just don't think it's right. But I don't know. I'm going to be doing another live here pretty soon. It said something on there about super chats and all that, but nobody has to put anything on that. I don't know if that's going to pop up or not. I actually went over to my backup channel and looked at a couple of my videos. They all got the $signs, but I didn't see any commercials or anything like that. So I don't think everything's done yet. Something on there said they got to send me a letter to the address, and it's got a code on it, and that'll go to our other one, and then they could just read me the code, whatever that is. But we'll see how it goes. But we'll do another live here coming up pretty soon. I figured with the holiday season, it's not that good of a time. I know people are off. I was talking to my brother; he's off, and it's nice to have a little bit of time off. But here, the guys, nobody's working here today. We had a little stuff done at the house with the guys that were here, and good bunch of guys. We had a super nice day yesterday. Lots to eat. We took care of our security guards and the workers that were here, and Tatai and them, and I made some spaghetti yesterday that was just absolutely fantastic. And I make it a little bit spicy. My wife says don't make it too spicy, but if I don't make it spicy, the kids don't eat it. I make it spicy, they eat it. It's all gone. So that's pretty cool. I can't do hot Italian sausage. Can't buy that here. So I just use hamburger, and I fry that up, in the pot that I'm going to cook in. And I put vinegar, apple cider vinegar, to keep it from sticking. And I put plenty of that in, at least a cup. And then I'll put in a small McCormick bottle of oregano. I got some pizza spice. I'll put that in there. Pepper. I put in a lot of black pepper in there, and then I had Durkee Red Hot. I put a cup of that in there. I made a double batch yesterday, and put that in, and then of course mushrooms. I put in 3 of the biggest Spanish onions we found at the store. These things were monsters. I cut them up real fine because the kids don't like the onion, but if I chop them real fine, you don't see them, and they kind of cook in there with the meat. And garlic, I put 3 whole bulbs of the big bulbs of garlic in there. Cooked all that down. Then I used a can of the crushed tomatoes. I threw that in there because they're already peeled and de-seeded. You know, it's a lot easier that way. And then 2 bags. They sell the spaghetti sauce in bags. Yeah, we can walk up that way. And they come in like bags, which is pretty cool, instead of a jar or a can. And it's I think it was Del Monte Italian. And then just go ahead and just keep cooking that for a while. Cook the noodles. And we made 2 batches of noodles yesterday because I made so much sauce. And my pot that I was using to make the sauce is usually my noodle pot. I could put 2 pounds or 4 pounds of noodles in there at one time, but I was using that for the spaghetti, so I had to use a small pot. And it disappeared. I made twice as much spaghetti, and we usually have some left over. Gone. I mean, those guys sucked it up. Everybody seems to like it. I know they like to do the sweet spaghetti here, but I'm not into that, and not into putting hot dogs in or anything like that. I left big chunks of hamburger in there and made sure the workers got plenty. And that was nice. They were around last night. They're just a real good bunch. And Faye's brother, they're a good bunch. They're just real good guys, very respectful, and we enjoy having them around. They're kind of like our extra security. Our security guards in here really stepping it up. You know, because this time of year, robberies and thefts and stuff go up. And towards the evening, you see them around somewhere, and they're even getting stealthy. They used to walk around with their flashlights shining. Now they keep them out so that nobody sees them in there. And the one guy, he sprints around. I mean, he's really watching the place. And we just love our security guards here. They're a good group of guys. There's 3 different ones. My wife took care of them real good for Christmas, and just a good batch. Good batch. Yeah, go ahead. That's my little running dude. He likes to run, that kid. When I was a kid, I liked to run too. I was like Forrest Gump. Anywhere I went, I was running. But he's the same way. He's going to be pretty quick. Dorothy's got a really good stride on her, and once she gets rolling, she can just throw that stride on. She's like Alberto Wantorino. She throws this big, beautiful, long stride on. I think she's going to be very fleet-footed. And Mumu, he gives it heck. He gives it heck, that's for sure. But he'll get it. He's just tiny yet. But he likes to run with the pup dog. If he runs, she'll chase him. So he's getting a lot of exercise that way. He's racing the dog instead. But our little pup's working out great. She's a fantastic little pup. We're really happy to have her. I do bath her. I mean, I bath her every day in the sink. She's taken to that now, which I'm real happy about. But we got a lot of stuff going on with this Java in this country. One of the things I just don't understand, I'm not getting this. I wish somebody would clarify it for me. I wish somebody from the government would clarify it. None of the news media are asking any questions. You know, the government says something and they just, okay, and nothing. What kind of reporters are these? I don't get them. They're just showing what the guy's saying. I don't need them for that. Just put a camera in front of them, that's it. We're done. But why? They want everybody who's going to work to get this thing. Okay, I got it. Why don't the frontliners have to get it? I would think that would be the first people that should get it. I mean, if they really think this is helping people. But I don't know. I don't understand the information that's coming out on this thing of how dangerous it can be. That they're not seeing this, you know, with all these athletes dropping, kids getting problems, and then what does the media put out that like this is supposed to be a normal thing? No, it's not. You know, when you start hearing little young kids getting it, and why would you even have 5-year-olds or down even in some places down to 2-year-old getting something like this? You know, they don't catch the LU, that I've ever seen. I've never had it myself. I've had some colds and things like that, and I was never one to take. Like, I know people, their nose starts running and they take a pill to dry it up. Well, I was never in that school. No, you do it off the front of there. I was never in that school of thought. If your body's draining like that, it's trying to catch that stuff and get it to pour out of you. So I was never one to want to dry that up or take any of these over the counter, anything. Never did. Aspirin, I took aspirin from time to time, and it seems to work really good for me. But all the rest of this over the counter stuff, I don't buy into it. If your nose is runny, it's runny for a reason. We have a super good immune system. I mean, works good. You get the right minerals and stuff in your body, you should just be fine. I actually don't think the flu's anything to be passed on. I saw a dang thing here years ago about why the flu starts after Halloween. It's because the big dose of sugar everybody's taking, and that's not good. That could be causing things. And then also, when you do get the flu, that's your body throwing crap out. It's working to clear you up, and it runs a fever to kill things. And that was another thing, fever reducers. If a fever's super high, yeah, you got to do something. But if you got a mild fever, that's your body fighting stuff. It's trying to kill it. I guess it works better when it's hot. But I'm not one. Just keep cold rags on them, keep them cool best you can. That's how it was when I was little. There was no running to the doctor every time a kid got a sniffle. I knew a fella. His kids got earaches and stuff, and he had big jars of amoxicillin in the fridge and constantly giving that. Worked with him for a couple years. Was over to his house, and and his kids are big now. I think they're in their early 20s now, and they're sickly. They're always sickly. Every time they get problems, they're going right back to amoxicillin and all that. So I don't go for that. I don't want my kids to get any stuff like that. They don't need it. I don't want them to have any of these sort of Jabas at all. What for? Look what's in them. You look just the standard ones that they give. They got mercury in them. And formaldehyde. You look at the sheets of what's in them. You don't put that in your bodies. That Rockefeller dude said it 100 years ago. We're going to put metals in them to make their brains soft. They put it on Telegram what this fella wrote, and they want to subjugate you. There's always been rulers, and they basically want to own everything. And this thing that they're doing now, the more time goes on, it just seems worse and worse. Now, a lot of people were jumping all over the Don about what he said, and I put stuff on Telegram, either side, both sides of the argument type thing. But to me, I'm thinking he's got his base, he's got his people. I don't want any of the Jabba myself, and nothing he says could ever change my mind. Now, is he saying that to keep from being jumped all over because he might run again in 2024? Hey, that could be. It could be. We don't always know what's going on way up in the higher echelon of these folks. But if you look at the things he's done, look at what people do, not what they say. The guy did a lot of good stuff for the country. Now, was that dang thing that happened? I know the J6 thing that happened was that was the biggest pile of baloney. That was all faked. And then, of course, the Shun, that come on. You look at the guy whenever he goes anywhere, how many people, and then you look at the guy who's in there now, there's nobody. And we're starting to see things like right around Christmas here, Vatican shut down, police and military all over the front. You can't go in there no more. Are there arrests going? Are they clearing a lot of these people out? A lot of these folks high up are doing things with children that should never be done. And that's something that the good Lord especially frowns upon. And man, it's scary what's going on. This thing going on with Maxwell. Is anything going to come of it? From what I'm seeing now, I doubt it. You know, you got this Rittenhouse that's all over. Jussi Smollett, he was all over. Now we got the trial of the century, the trial of the millennium, guys. And what are they showing you on it? The fix is in the bag, I think. They got their people as a judge. Look at the judge, too. What is that? What? I mean, come on. What the heck is that? So, I can't tell you, but they're all in on the prosecutor isn't really asking any tough questions. They're not letting it out. It's blocked. Why is this blocked? You know why, I think? Because they're all would get caught. And there's just too many of them that are just going to do everything they can to stop this thing from being shown to the world. You know, they're going to keep it. They're going to keep it covered up, and they're going to keep right on doing it. They're not stopping. You think just because Epstein isn't around and this Maxwell's into Huskow, you think that they just stopped? No, they got somebody else to fill their shoes. You know, it may not be in the same place, but you know, this is stuff. You know, I keep saying in the States about the Second Amendment. First Amendment, it's got to fall, and then the Second. You look at what's in these big bills they got. You know, they put stuff in there to take more and more of your freedoms. They've been chipping away forever at this. And you know, if you got a big rock and you got a little tiny thing, like on Shawshank Redemption, he had that little rock hammer, and he just kept chipping away for 19 years until he dug that huge tunnel. Well, that's what they're doing to all our freedoms, guys. They don't care. They don't have to have this big win. Yeah, they throw a big tizzy when they don't get a big win to block everything, but they don't care because they're just chipping away. They got time. They're just chipping away, and they just going to keep doing it. And then everybody sits back. Oh well, it's just, they didn't get mine, you know. So I don't know. And then you look at the big exodus out of these states. I put a thing up. Well, I don't know if I put it up, but I'll have to go back and look at it again, and might put it on the Telegram, but. It's on there, on the other channel. Real raw news. And the exodus that's happening in states like California, New York, and the uptick that's happening in Florida, Missouri. Missouri did a really cool thing too. They don't have a problem with these foreigner invaders coming in because they don't give them anything. They don't get all the stuff that the citizens get. That state has a backbone. All states should follow Missouri's lead. Take a look at what they're doing. I did put that on the Telegram page. And they don't have the problem. They go around that state. They don't want nothing to do with it. They go to the states like California, Illinois, New York, and they just fill it up. And then those people in there will constantly get voted in by those people. And they're letting them vote. Now they got this thing in New York. They're going to do a big vote where if you don't have the JABA, then you're going to be able to be put in indefinite detention, according to the governor. And again, where are the torches and pitchforks? You know, Frankenstein is in that governorship, in their legal system, and they're just letting him run amok. You know, you sit back there. Now they got a lot of people. I know a lot of foreigners. I was there years ago. Even back then, there were a lot. Come on, let's start walking home, buddy. And it's creepy what they're doing. But they've had this plan for years. They're not letting up, guys. They're not letting up. I'm still saying we're on a Christmas reprieve, and I think it's going to get draconian down here again. They're not going to stop. They're in power. They don't want to lose that. They do not want to lose the power. They're going to ramp it up as best they can, and you know, I just hope you can hold out. I mean, just sitting back on your hands, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. You look at what happened in 1776 with those guys. They had enough. You know, they had enough, and they finally got up off their butts and did something. How, you know, is that going to happen now? Maybe not, because so many people have been programmed. You know, I watch some of these sites. I don't know if they're parody sites or not, but these people get on there and they talk all this stuff. You know, you got to get this Java. You're messing it up for me. You know, it's like that one meme I had put on one of my things at the end of the video where guy has an umbrella and the woman gets all upset because He's, or she's has the umbrella, but he's not using his. He's just carrying it. So hers don't work because he's not using his, I guess. You know, this mentality that they have is totally off the wall. And then I'm watching this other new site. It's Odin's Men, I think it's called. And the dude just sits there and he watches TikTok and he makes commentary on it. It's my new favorite channel, guys. I've watched a couple of it already. And some of these people that are TikToking are, I'm telling you, I think they're insane. You look at some of these people, their faces all full of crap and they're tattooed, covered over, and they got their hair shaved in different colors and they're looking all outside the norm and saying, oh, but I'm a nice person. You know, it's freaky. And there's a lot of them. Hello, King of the Mountain. But we're still getting a pretty good wind. I don't know what's going to happen with this this weather here. You know, you take a look at this, and the clouds are earlier today. I started a video, but battery quit, so I decided just to make another one instead of splicing it together. And boy, the clouds were moving over that mountain real quick. It was really cooking over there. So, and they were like being made as it went. You know how you see them rolling like this? It just seemed like they were just being built. And it's humid. It's a little bit, even though it's breezy right now, I'm sticky. I'm not hot, but I'm feeling a little bit clammy. And you know, that's just the humidity's up today. The temperature's not too bad. It's hovering right around 79, 80 when I last looked. Barometer wasn't that high, but I think since I looked earlier, it's kicked up some. So, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go, and hope all of you had a really nice Christmas and looking forward to your new year. Be prepared. I would honestly say if they come up with all these things they try to push on you, just, you know, pull a Nancy Reagan on them. I would say that would be the best thing to do, because it's gone well too far. This is 2 years, guys. We're into this 2 years already, and they're just not letting up. You know, it was the original plan. I think was a 10-year plan to wipe everyone out, but that's something I think Trump did. He sped it up so fast and screwed up their timetable. So, you know, you just got to look out. Watch out for yourself. Watch out for your friends. It's not time to be hating on anyone. It's time as a people. Doesn't matter what color you are. That we better band together, because right now it's us versus them. These people in control. There's a small amount of them. There's not that many, but they have money and power, and they control the media and all this stuff. So stop looking at the neighbor that starts his burn barrel when you put your clothes out. You know, you better start getting to be friends with them. You know, me, everywhere I've ever lived, I've always tried the best to be friends with all my neighbors, because they're going to look out for you to do that. You get in a fight with them, they ain't going to look out for you. They're not. We got to start looking out for each other, guys. We got to all band together, arm in arm. And I remember years ago when they did that thing across Europe where everybody linked their arm for hundreds of miles. It's time, guys. Better link our arm. Now, I know a lot of people are all over the world. Perth, Australia, Austria, Italy. They got these huge masses of people, millions of people out there. News media don't want to show that. You can find it on Telegram. And you look at the signs, you got to make sure the dates are right. But it's happening. People are getting together, but I've even seen them where they just overran the police lines, which is something needs to be done. You know, with these guys, they're on the wrong side, and they'll wind up on the wrong side of history. So I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And what can you say, little fella?
Bye-bye.